Have you ever found yourself wondering how you can go from just, managing projects to really leading strategic change? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a certification that's not just a line on a resume, but a total game changer for your career and your organization, the Six Sigma Black Belt. So picture this. You're in a high-stakes business meeting. The screens are just full of data, the pressure's on, and a huge decision has to be made, like right now. In a room like that, gut feelings, guesswork, that stuff just doesn't fly. This is the world where a Six Sigma Black Belt doesn't just survive, they absolutely thrive. And that really gets us to the big question, doesn't it? What is that secret ingredient? What turns a good project manager into someone who's absolutely essential, a true strategic leader? Well, the answer is all in a powerful set of skills and a totally different way of looking at problems. Okay, first things first. Let's really pin down what a black belt is. It's so much more than a title. It's a fundamental shift. You become a strategic leader who's really wired to drive change from the inside out. A black belt's impact goes way beyond just one project. Think of them as a central hub. They're leading these diverse teams. You've got engineering, finance, marketing, all working together. They're making sure every single improvement project lines up perfectly with the company's biggest goals. And this is crucial. They're not just solving problems, they're building a whole culture of improvement by mentoring other folks like green belts and yellow belts. And this quote it nails it. It's all about that transition. You go from being someone in the project to being the person who drives the transformation. You're the one shaping the company's future and giving it that competitive edge. So you might be asking, how do they do all that? How does a black belt have that kind of impact? Well, it all comes down to their toolkit, which is this awesome combination of a really rigorous mindset and proven data-driven methods. Now this is where the magic happens. We're talking about moving from, I think the problem is this, to the data proves the root cause is this. Black belts literally replace guesswork with hard evidence, using some pretty sophisticated statistical analysis to get to the bottom of even the most complex problems. And this is what that looks like in the real world. See, it's not about drowning in a sea of spreadsheets. No way. It's about turning all that raw data into crystal clear, actionable insights that tell a story. Because when you can visualize the problem, you can influence people and drive really smart decisions. A black belt's toolkit isn't just a one-trick pony either. They masterfully blend two super powerful methodologies. You've got Lean, which is all about speed and getting rid of waste to make things efficient. And then you have Six Sigma, which is obsessed with quality. It reduces all the little inconsistencies in a process to make it incredibly reliable. Put them together, you get some serious breakthrough results. Now, the backbone for every single Six Sigma project is this really structured 5-phase roadmap for solving problems. It's called DMAIC. That stands for Define, Measure, Analyze, Improve, and Control. This is the core process that brings all those awesome Lean and Six Sigma principles to life. It all kicks off in that first Define phase with this simple but incredibly profound formula, y equals f of x. Just think of it like this. Y is your problem. It's the outcome you're seeing. The x's, those are all the potential causes you need to dig into. Your whole mission is to find the critical x's that are messing with your y. And here's what that looks like in plain English. Your y, your problem, is that customer complaint rate. It's specific, it's measurable. The project's goal? Find the X factors, the root causes that are making those complaints go up. See how this formula turns a vague business headache into a focused, totally solvable problem? Okay, so mastering these concepts is one thing, right? But proving you've mastered them is a whole other ballgame. So how do you get certified? Let's talk about getting ready for the Black Belt exam, and we're going to focus specifically on the program from the Management and Strategy Institute. You might know them as MSI. To succeed on a big exam like the one from MSI, you need a disciplined game plan. First, you got to systematically go through each phase of DMAIC so you know the process. Then, you master the statistical formulas so you have the tools. After that, you apply it all to case studies to prove you can handle real-world stuff. And finally, you take timed practice exams to build up that speed and confidence for test day. Now, for a lot of us who are already busy professionals, this is the biggest hurdle with other certifications. They often make you lead and document this massive, real-world project that can take 3, sometimes even 6 months to finish. And that can be a huge roadblock. And this right here is where the Management and Strategy Institute offers a huge advantage. Their certification is all about proving your knowledge of the Six Sigma methodology. MSI doesn't require you to do a massive, time-consuming project. This makes getting certified so much more accessible and practical for professionals who need to validate their expertise without putting their whole life on hold. All right, let's bring this all together and talk about why it matters so much. Why go through all this? Because becoming a certified black belt isn't just about learning cool theories. It is your direct path to making a real, tangible, measurable impact on any organization you're a part of. Let's talk about the numbers for a second, because they are pretty staggering. Well-run Six Sigma programs typically have a return on investment of 5x. What that means is for every single dollar a company puts into these initiatives, they get $5 back. It is an incredible engine for growth.
And what about the impact you can have? A single project led by a black belt brings in, on average, $250,000 in savings or benefits to the company every year. Now that is the kind of value that gets you noticed.
And in the end, this is really what the journey is all about. It's about building your skills, mastering data, and leading change. Every step you take, backed by real skills and real results, is another step up in your career and your power to truly make a difference. So I'll just leave you with this question. Are you ready to make that leap? To go from just being a participant in projects to becoming the strategic leader who drives real, lasting transformation? Because that, right there, is the power and the promise of a Six Sigma black belt.